Alright, hello everyone. Corvus Belli dropped all of the profiles of all of the models that are coming for the Sandtrap starter set for N5. And so we get to see some N5 profiles for all of the models in the kit. I've already recorded a video covering the JSA, so this one's going to be covering Pan-Oceania. If you want to check out the JSA one, just go and see that one as well. I'd appreciate it. But we're going to be having a look at the Kestrel Colonial Force and the models that we're going to be getting in this box. So without further ado, let's just jump straight in. First of all, we've got the Line Infantry Troopers, the Fennec Fusilier. So these guys are basically just basic line troops. They got the Move 4-4, Close Combat 13, BS 12 because they're PanO, so they got a pretty decent ballistic skill. Physique of 10, so they're going to be really crap at dodging, or 50-50 at dodging is not great. The Willpower of 12, Armor 1, which is pretty standard for a line infantry. BTS of 0, so they're not really going to be affected too much by hacking as being basic line troopers, but they will get affected more by weapons that attack their BTS. So that's just something to bear in mind with these guys. They're going to be pretty weak against that. Vitality 1, as expected for a line infantry troop. Pretty stock standard. The one here is a Medi kit. They got two in the set to make it 150 points. They have 2 with Medi kits, and they are 12 points each. They also have a regular line trooper without anything special about them, and that is 10 points. So you understand that they're going to be basically 10 points for the basic troop type. So it's most likely going to be 11 points for a forward observer. But with these ones, we've got special skills is Terrain Desert, and obviously for the 2 with the medikits, they've got paramedics. So it's pretty straightforward stuff. Combi rifles, pistols, and a close combat weapon. Nothing really to write home there. Pretty standard line infantry, what you would expect. But let's get on with some of the other special units. And straight away, let's have a look at the Black AIR. And we've got here a medium infantry unit with a move of 4-4, close combat 17, which is a lot less than a lot of the JSA have, but it's still pretty decent and can hold up a fight in close combat. Ballistic skill of 13 is strong. Physique of 11, not going to be great at doing dodges and things, but willpower of 13, an armor of 2, and a BTS of 3. So not bad stats there, pretty standard for a medium infantry, and vitality 1. I think what's going to be interesting is going to be in their special skills. So first of all, their equipment, they have a multispectral visor level 2. So they're going to be, if it's working the same as it has in the past, they're going to be seeing through smoke and attacking people through smoke, which is always pretty powerful. They also got combat instinct. Again, we've got to learn a little bit about what combat instinct is. They've got number 2, so we can probably expect to see them joining some fire teams in the future. Mimetism of -3, so they are a little bit difficult to hit. Terrain total, so it covers all types of terrain. They're all good in all of those. Now, this is the very interesting part. They've got neurokinetics. And this, I think, is what's going to make them really deadly. Because neurokinetics is where you have only a burst of 1 on your activation. However, in your ARO, your automatic reactive order, you get your full burst of your weapon. And this guy's a sniper. So we've got the multi-sniper rifle. So this is a really nasty ARO piece for the PanO army. He's basically going to be feeding an order and then sitting down a lane and going, come on, just try to cross into my lane. I can see through everything. I can see through your mimetism. I'm going to be firing off 2 shots every time on your turn. So I dare you to walk in front of me. So this guy's going to be really just locking down lanes and just feeding that extra order into the rest of the army. So I feel like this guy's going to be a pretty obvious pick for your army if you really want to kind of control certain areas of the battlefield. I think it's going to be pretty good. Next, we've got the Banshees, and this is a medium infantry drop troop. They've got a move of 4/4, close combat 15, BS of 12, physique of 12, willpower of 13, blah, blah, blah. Pretty standard stuff. Armor 2, BTS 3, pretty much what we saw in the Black AIR, vitality of 1. So, it's all very standard things. So what's interesting about the Banshee is not in their stats, but it's going to be in their special skills. So they also come with a multispectral visor, but this one's a level 1. So it'll still be able to see through smoke, but you'll get less of a... You'll get still a little bit of a minus to your rolls through it, if it's still working the same. Special skills is interesting. We've got parachutism. I'm not sure if that's actually a word. But we've got parachutism, and we've got combat jump, and we've got super jump, jet propulsion. So this is kind of interesting. We've got super jump, which allows you to basically do the jump order rather than as an entire order. You're doing it as a short movement skill, which is always very useful. And we've got jet propulsion. Now, I just wasn't sure what this meant. At first, I'm a bit worried that we might be sneaking back into things that were a problem in N3. N4 was really, really good at fixing a lot of the language of how all of these profile rules worked. Because basically any skill that had any kind of specific modifier on it had its own name, which made it very, very difficult to look at a profile and understand what it did. What N4 did really, really well was add on a little modifier next to a skill, so we could have an umbrella of all of these skills now come under this one skill, and you just refer to the modifier in brackets. Here we've got super jump, but I guess the modifier here is jet propulsion, which means you probably have to look up that. That's what I was worried about. It's either that or it's just something that's a bit fluffy. So I decided to go and ask the AI Sibylla what super jump jet propulsion was. And so her response is in N5, super jump jet propulsion is a special movement skill that allows a trooper to make enhanced jumps during their movement phase. This skill simulates the use of jet propulsion systems to achieve greater heights and distances compared to regular jumps. Troopers with super jump, jet propulsion, can maneuver over obstacles and reach elevated positions more easily, providing tactical advantage in combat situations. The specific mechanics and rules would be detailed in the M5 rulebook. Okay, so we got like a little bit of a taste of what it is going to be like. So it's a bit fluffy, but it may allow for something unique that a regular super jump might not have. So we'll have to just kind of wait and see on that one a little bit. I imagine it allows you to kind of get over... I just don't know how it's going to work differently from regular super jump, that's all. So we'll have to just wait and see. Now, the Banshee's carrying a light shotgun and a pulsar. So the pulsar, as a reminder of what that one is basically it's a template weapon that attacks BTS. Yeah, so this is going to be quite an aggressive unit that just jumps into the back lines and tries to catch someone unawares and blasts them with pulsar or light shotguns. Probably the pulsar because it's also got +1 burst, so you can just spread that thing everywhere. They've got D charges as well. Okay, that's kind of the Banshee. It's kind of cool. I'm always a bit funny about the jump troops sometimes. I never have too much luck with them, to be honest. Then we've got the Scarecrows Active Recon Group. And the Scarecrows, I was not too impressed by the model design, to be honest. I found it a bit goofy with the kind of medieval kind of look to the sci-fi soldier. But he's got move 4/4, close combat 15, BS 13, physicals 12, willpower 13, armor 1, BTS 3, vitality 1, and so on, so on, so on. Nothing special. Again, all of these profiles are pretty bog standard. So everything here that we're seeing in the PanO stuff is going to be all in their special skills that they're carrying. So we've got surprise attack -3. So surprise, surprise, they've got camouflage and they've got hidden deployment and infiltration. So that's going to be that's pretty powerful. Like, we can put them anywhere on the field, and they've got the surprise attack, obviously. Mimetism of -6 as well, so they're going to be very hard to hit unless you've got MSV. They're stealthed. They've got stealth, terrain total, and it's a mine layer. They're carrying the boarding shotgun, a nanopulsar, decharges, and AP mines. So that's going to be pretty useful types of mines with a possibility to survival 6. They're carrying the silence pistol and CC weapon as well. Yeah, it's like, I don't think this particular PanO group have a lot of choices in terms of its infiltrators and things. So this is their kind of go-to kind of, for me, a bit of a bog standard infiltrator. I think the mines are very, very useful for really, again, for a lot of kind of deeper area control. So you can really kind of try and lock down places with the Scarecrow and the Black AIR, kind of perhaps working in conjunction in that way. Try and force people down certain corridors if you needed to. But yeah, I'm still not convinced at the moment. Again, I may be wrong about that. I'm not the best player in the world. Griffin troops. This is our lieutenant. They kind of look a bit like an orc in my mind in terms of the design, but kind of we've got some interesting stuff here as well. So obviously heavy infantry, so 6/2 movement, close combat 16, BS 14. It's kind of expected for a PanO heavy infantry to have a very good ballistic skill. Physique of 12, willpower 12, armor 4, so very tough to kill, and a BTS of 6, so very tough to hack as well, and vitality 2. So not an easy troop to kill. And they have a multispectral visor as well, so there's lots of MSV in this particular faction as well. The special skills that they carry are terrain in desert, immunity to shock, and a jump 8 inches. Now, I've not seen this before. So this looks like it's an entire order jump, but rather than only being able to do a 6-inch jump, it's actually doing a full 8-inch jump with your entire order. So as long as jump hasn't changed in any way, that's basically how that one's going to work. It's pretty cool. Being able to jump over like long gaps and things like that. So it's pretty... It's pretty awesome. I kind of like the visual image of that. They're just jumping like crazy. An HMG and a pulsar as well with a pistol and CC weapon. I feel like though the pulsars are going to have a struggle against the JSA that they're up against, because the JSA actually have really good BTS. So you kind of want to hit them with stuff that's attacking their armor, because their armor sucks. So the HMG is probably going to get more use unless something gets really close. Then you just have to use the pulsar that way, or just pistol them. But yeah, pretty good heavy infantry. As you can tell, my excitement is not quite as high for the PanO stuff as it is, but I do really like the Black AIR profile. I think that one is definitely the shining model for me in this whole set. But yeah, I'm going to be interested in seeing how they play against one another in some small games of 150 points. I think that'd be really, really awesome. So yeah, really, really excited now for Sandtrap. I hope you are too. If you have any opinions and things, please pop them down in the comments, and please give a like, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. But yeah, thanks very much, everyone. Take care, and I hope you are all as hyped as I am. Looking forward to perhaps getting your hands onto Sandtrap. But yeah, thanks very much. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.